Okay, Candice.
Scott.
Welcome back to Hanging at the Hangar Bar.
And also with you.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. And to all of our loyal fans, even not so loyal fans, we love having you listen to us.
Yes, if it's your first time here, welcome. This is a great place to join us. However, I will say go back and listen to last week's first, if this is your first time here.
I would say that too. Yes, this is all about the sea portion of our land and sea vacation.
Yes.
And so we're going to start this one the exact same way we started the other one, Candice. Tell our listeners what your favorite part of the sea portion of the vacation was.
Can I have two?
Sure.
Okay. My first part is, and these are in no particular order. My first part is getting to see Lookout Cay for the first time.
Lookout Point.
Lookout Cay at Lighthouse Point.
Yes.
For the first time ever. Gorgeous, stunning. I cannot wait to visit down the road a little bit and see how the island grows up.
Yeah.
Because it is stunning now, but when the vegetation fills in a little bit, it's going to be a true paradise on earth.
Yep, agreed.
That's my first favorite thing. My second favorite thing is the super cool people that we met.
That's a good one. Yes.
Yes. Roxanne and Kesia.
Yeah. So, I don't know that we talk about them a little bit. I don't know that we give their names in the actual recording of the episodes, but you'll hear all about that journey of meeting them and kind of what that was like. But yeah, I would agree. It started on champagne tasting.
It started right off the jump.
Yeah. And a few hours later saying, "Hey friends." And then we spent the parts of the cruise with them, and it was just really cool to get to know them. So I think for me, I am going to choose 1 and 1A because they happen in the same place.
Oh, okay.
My favorite group singing was The Best of Both at Soul Cat Lounge.
Yes. They were amazing.
Just amazing. Like I started by the end of the cruise, I was like, where are they playing? I'm going to follow them there. Mm-hmm. Even though that was the family bar and all of that kind of stuff is where they played most of the time, they were by far the most talented group that we saw of the lounge singer acts.
Yeah, okay.
Who would you say was better?
I don't know that better necessarily, and it's a completely different kind of music, but the Murphy sisters,
they were really good too.
Had my heart. I mean, Irish music, come on.
Yeah, they were very good too. We only saw them play one set.
But we also saw them at Rapunzel's Royal Table.
Yes.
And they were amazing there, and that's kind of what got us investigating.
Yeah, and the Murphy sisters, we actually talked to them for a few minutes after one of their sets.
Super sweet people.
But my 1A is the cocktail that we found there that was made with Moët and a gin, citrus-infused gin.
Yes. It's called a Jazz 75.
Yeah, it was by far the best value for drinks on the entire ship.
I agree.
We paid $26 every time we had that, and we got 4 cocktails out of it each time.
And it was known as an experience. And I would agree with that. That's not overly dramatic for what that was.
No. Not so much as like a smoked old-fashioned tableside or something like that. But, again, like... It comes out, I don't know if we describe it well in the episode, so we'll do it now. It comes in like this porthole looking thing that is filled with oranges and limes and gin and maybe something else. I don't remember what else was in the...
I think it was just gin and the citrus.
And they would pour some of that into a champagne flute, and then it was served with 2 mini bottles of Moët.
Moët and Chandon Imperial.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be served with ice... But for some reason, Moët and Chandon ice cannot be found anywhere except in a very specific part of the Disney universe.
Right.
So they changed it.
Right. And it was, I don't know if it was a good change or not, but it was delicious.
It was.
And you got 2 mini bottles, which those were what? We saw those at Total Wine today, and they were $8 or $9.
Yeah.
For the mini bottles. Yeah. So retail, those are $18. Mm-hmm. For 2 bottles of that, and we paid $26 for the entire...
For 4 drinks.
For basically 4 drinks.
Yeah, and the little sugar on top of the champagne flute, which I thought was a nice touch.
Yeah.
It reminded me a lot of a lemon drop, but not that sweet.
Right. Yeah, so that was my 1A because it happened at the Soul Cat Lounge.
Okay.
Next time we get on the Magic, I may see if they'll bring blankets and pillows to my favorite booth and just let me sleep there.
As long as you don't pee in the booth.
Right. Can our stateroom be the Soul Cat Lounge?
Don't even need to give us a discount on that.
Right.
We'll just hang up some sheets for privacy just
Right.
in the nighttime hours,
Yes.
and we're fine.
We'll shower in the locker rooms up in the
We'll
spa.
go to the spa. Yes.
Yeah, that's the showers that I'm talking about.
Okay.
So yeah, this episode is going to be all about the sea. This one's going to be a little bit longer than the last one because this was 5 nights versus 3. So buckle in.
And we had a lot of experiences.
We did. We had a lot of experience. So sit back, grab your cocktail of choice, grab your beverage of choice, sit back, relax, and enjoy us for a fun ride.
Hey, welcome to Hanging at the Hangar Bar. I'm Scott.
And I'm Candice. We're here to chat all things Disney as child-free Disney adults. Stories, snacks, and a little magic along the way.
Grab a drink and get comfy and come hang out with us.
Candice, it is not after dark.
It is not after dark, but we did forget yesterday after dark.
We did. That just means it was that good of a day, right?
That is true.
It was our first day on the cruise ship.
Yes, the beautiful senior lady of the fleet, the Disney Magic.
Yes. But let's start at the beginning of the day. It was
Okay.
another kind of early morning, right?
Yes, it sure was.
And we started off eating at, I think, one of your favorite restaurants, maybe on property, for breakfast.
For breakfast, you're probably right.
And that was, where did we go?
Kona Cafe.
We ate at Kona Cafe, and you had your beloved ham and cheese omelet.
I did.
We actually split it because we knew that we were getting on the cruise, and that means eating every 32 minutes, whether you want to or not.
There are signs posted. It's in the rules.
It is. It's part of the steerage signage that you have to do.
Mm-hmm.
You have to eat every 32 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
You can skip a meal if you're drinking.
Right, because calories are calories.
Right. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So we had breakfast, nice breakfast, and then we just hung out and waited for our driver, right? We got a private car from the Palo to the port.
Mm-hmm. Arranged through Disney Cruise Line.
Yep.
And if you book with a reputable travel professional that knows what they're doing, they can help you do that.
Hint, hint.
Yep.
Nudge, nudge.
No, not at all. But
Yeah. So, yeah, that was, it was an hour and 10 minutes in traffic.
yeah.
And traffic wasn't horrible, obviously, but it was an hour and 10 minutes to get from the Palo to the port. And I'll tell you, I don't know if it's because we decided to sail concierge or if it's just gotten that much simpler since the last time we were on a Disney ship. We sailed figuratively through the check-in process.
We really did. I think a lot of it has to do with concierge because watching other people in different stateroom categories did not look like they had as easy a time as us.
No.
Nor did they have a comfortable lounge to wait in.
That's true. That's true. So we got basically ushered right up to security, showed them our passports, scanned our carry-on. We left most of our bags outside with the porter to show up at our room. And we went up the elevator. Somebody saw the little gold sticker they gave us and called us over and said, okay, we're going to take you back over to the little lounge to wait in. So we did that. And we sat for maybe 15 minutes
Maybe. And
before they cleared the ship.
Yeah, and it was so nice. There was a little cooler along one wall that had like canned sodas and water and, just things to keep you refreshed and start the hydration process while in the lounge, which I thought was really nice.
Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty good. And then our concierge team came in and talked to us. Well, part of our concierge team came in and talked to us about kind of what to expect. And then, as I mentioned, you have to eat every 32 minutes on a cruise. So our first steps were through the doors of the cruise ship where they said, "Welcome to the Minx family," and everybody clapped for us, which is always really awkward. And then they marched us straight into Lumiere's for a special concierge lunch.
Mm-hmm.
And Candice, what did you eat?
So I started off with potato and leek soup, which I have never had before. I must say that I enjoyed it. I didn't know quite what to expect, so I'm not surprised that I enjoyed it, but I did enjoy it. And then I had a poached lobster salad that had red onion and arugula and avocado and some sliced potatoes and then a really nice light vinaigrette dressing. And my body thanked me for the vegetables.
We have not been eating a lot of vegetables.
No, but we also started off with some sparkling wine.
Complimentary, I might add.
Yes, which was refilled. And then we also had some iced tea and some water because, of course, that's what you do.
Yes.
So that was delightful. It was a delightful way to start the onboard experience. And then for dessert, did I have dessert? Yes, I had cookies and cream cheesecake.
Yes, and you said that was delicious.
That may have been one of the best cheesecakes I've ever had in my life.
That's awesome.
It was nice and light, very flavorful, but not overly rich, not overly sweet, not overly dense. It was perfect.
That's awesome.
And what did you have for lunch?
I had an empanada, like a ground beef empanada, which was delicious. Just the right amount of spice. It was really flavorful. And then I went a little bit out there and I had a muffaletta. Is that how to say that?
Muffaletta.
Muffaletta sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just different lunch meats and that kind of thing. And then an olive spread. And I'm not a huge olive fan, but I went out there and just decided to try it. And it was really good. It was too much olive spread for me, though. Like, it was on the top and the bottom. If it would have just been on the top, I probably would have liked the sandwich a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
But then, for dessert, I had a slice of carrot cake that was divine.
Life-changing?
Potentially.
Okay.
Like, you know how most carrot cakes are really kind of airy?
Yes.
This was very pressed.
Okay.
It was chunky.
So it was like a bread sort of situation almost?
Kind of.
Okay.
Kind of. And it was delicious. The cream cheese frosting was kind of a lemon cream cheese, so it was a little lighter.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Yeah, it was delicious. It was fantastic.
Okay.
And then we were one of the first people to be able to get into our rooms.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we were able to get into our room starting at 12:30. Nobody else could get into their room till 1:30.
Right, and we had to move some, like, retractable, like, border tape thing. We felt very fancy.
Yes, we did. And when we walked into our room at 12:30, all of our bags were already here.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, so we took the chance to just do a quick unpacking.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a smart decision because that allowed us to kind of get out and explore the ship and that kind of thing instead of having to worry about coming back and unpacking before we went to bed.
Right. Which I also appreciate the early boarding time for us because we got to finish our lunch, unpack, and have that exploration time while other people were still embarking on the ship.
Mm-hmm.
So it didn't feel quite as crazed as maybe it has in the past.
Right.
And then we had the beloved muster drill.
And I swear to God, next time we book a Disney ship, I am going to pick my stateroom category based on where the muster station is.
Well, okay. Good luck with that.
Yeah, it was just, like, Disney is one of the few cruise lines that still does everybody report for muster drill at 3:30.
Right.
Most cruise lines have gone to watch this video, come check in at your muster station, and then you can just go on about your day.
Right.
And then over the loudspeakers, you'll hear them call people's names.
Like if they don't show up.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's so we got, 20 minutes of standing in the beating sun?
Yeah, that was divine.
Yeah. Again,
with
Disney can do
children.
better.
And yeah. I'm not going to knock anybody that has kids. That's whatever. But no, kids that are hyped up on probably sugar and very little sleep and hot and a bunch of people that they don't know. No, that's not a good not a good decision.
Agreed.
But I will say, I am glad that they don't make you even take your life belt with you.
Yes.
Like, they used to make you put them on completely, like belts around the bottom and everything.
Right.
When we first started sailing with Disney, and thankfully they don't make you do that anymore because those things smelled so bad.
Right, because if you think about it, everybody has the same muster station from this stateroom.
Right.
So they were all just going out to that bright sun and sweating in those things.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure Disney got lots of feedback on that.
Yeah.
And when we do our survey, I'll probably comment on them being the last cruise line that actually has people line up like that. And maybe they do it because of kids.
Maybe.
But other ships have kids.
Well, and I think the theory behind it is probably sound. But if you went up to any one of those children and said, where are you supposed to go if there's trouble?
Right,
they would have no idea. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So, whatever.
Yes, exactly. But let's move on to something much happier.
Okay.
What was the thing we did right after our muster drill?
We went to a champagne tasting.
Yes, we did. And how was that?
I thought it was a lovely experience. The sommelier was expert. We got to try a champagne that I've wanted to try for a while now, and I thought it was one of the best that we had. And we had snacks.
Yeah.
Because, again, you have to eat every 32 minutes on a cruise.
That is very true.
Mm-hmm.
That is very true.
I will say that 5 pours of champagne with bubbles didn't really do me any favors.
Candice felt the motion of the ship more than she maybe should have.
Mm-hmm.
But she was giggly. She was having fun. You were having fun, weren't you?
I was.
See, that's all that matters. You're on a cruise.
That's right. As long as I don't try and play leapfrog on the balcony, we're fine.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. So we did that. And then another kind of concierge perk that we didn't know was going to be as good of a perk as it was we marched our happy little butts right over to O'Gill's Pub.
Mm-hmm.
I got a drink while we waited, because if you show up to O'Gill's Pub 40 minutes before showtime,
stage show time, they take you in a back way, give you popcorn,
mm-hmm. and let you have your pick of seats in the theater.
Yes, and this is the big Walt Disney Theater.
Right.
Where they present the stage shows.
Yes.
Yes. So we got pretty much second row dead center.
Yeah. They were great seats.
Yeah, for Tangled the Musical.
Yeah. And what did you think of Tangled the Musical?
I thought it was cute. I think kids would really enjoy it. I think, too close to theater at this point to not be able to suspend what's happening on stage, if that makes sense.
It does.
Like, I was looking at the technical aspects of what was actually happening rather than the story.
Right. Right. But I think sometimes as a theater person, you kind of have to.
Yeah.
Like, you have to force yourself into not paying attention to that.
Right.
And just know that it's theater. You're not watching a movie.
Right. Correct.
And they can't do the things on stage that they can do in a movie.
In animation?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like, her hair.
Right.
Did not look like real hair.
It did not, but it was fabulous, and it lit up, so whatever.
Yeah, it was all good. And again, I thought it was a fantastic show. There were things that I noticed as well, like just staging. But again, the singers were fantastic.
Yeah, the talent overall was amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a really good show, I thought. And then we walked towards we
went to Soul Cat next.
Yes, we went to Soul Cat
mm-hmm.
to have a before dinner drink, because again, if you're not eating every 32 minutes, you have to be drinking.
Mm-hmm.
And they even gave us snacks there though too.
Mm-hmm.
So we went there and I had a tableside Manhattan, which was pretty good. I don't know that it was worth the price that they're charging for a tableside Manhattan, but it was good.
Mm-hmm.
And you had a filthy dirty martini there, right?
I had the filthiest martini that I have had in my life, but it was also the best dirty martini that I've had in my life. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
It was more olive brine than vodka or vermouth, which is fine.
Which is kind of what you want. You don't drink martinis for the alcohol.
True.
You drink martinis for the olives.
Yes, that is true. And I drank it a little faster than I should have because it was so delicious. But also, that did not help with my 5 pours of champagne situation.
Right. Yes. Lightweight.
Shush.
Oh, too funny. And then we went to dinner.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We left there and went to Animator's Palette.
Yes.
Oh, let's talk a little bit because was it before dinner or after that we were in the jewelry place?
Before.
Let's talk about that for a minute.
Okay.
What did you think of that?
I thought it was kind of ridiculous, actually.
Yeah.
The item that I was looking at was something that I had seen in the concierge lounge, and it was a little diamond Mickey pendant with a smaller Mickey with another diamond in it. Very beautiful piece.
Yeah.
Of course, the salesperson there was pushing hard, had me put it on, showed me the matching earrings and ring and the whole. And we also have a bracelet because, you know, if you're going to have the earrings, you got to have the bracelet. And if you're going to have the necklace, you got to have the ring. And I'm like, okay, stop.
Right.
But as those of you that may not know, but there's always like a shopping expert on board because of the ports of call. Often there's a Diamonds International or something that you can buy duty free and this, that, and the other, whatever. She started her spiel for some raffle that she was doing. And the sales guy that was helping us with what I was looking at walked away from me, still wearing the necklace, still with the ring in my hand, and said, "I'll be back after she's done." Sir?
Right. We could have just walked away.
I could have.
Granted, there's not many places you can run to, but...
No. But...
He knew your name, but still.
He did. But so I gave the necklace back to Scott and I said, find out how much all this situation is. And I had looked at the tag. Of course, there's no prices on anything, but I looked at the tag and noticed the carat weight of the diamonds. And so he went and got the price and came back and I'm like, let's get out of here because this lady is annoying me. And like everybody was crowding around because she was doing a raffle and giving away free little charm things that you can build a bracelet with and whatever. And it was annoying.
Yes.
But he came back and told me the price of it, and the pendant is still in consideration, but not for the price that they wanted. Nowhere near the price they wanted, actually.
Right.
So, maybe more to come on that, maybe not.
Yeah. It's, like, do you want to tell people what the price was and what you think it's worth?
No, I really don't.
Okay. That's fine. Just in case you buy it, you don't want people to know you overpaid.
Yep.
Okay.
Because, I mean, there is mouse tax on it.
Yes.
There's no other tax because it is duty-free, but I would have to claim it through customs, and there's mouse tax.
Right. Yeah. So then we went to dinner after we got shocked by a price of a little pendant. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, okay, mouse tax. When he told me the price, I was like, okay, Candice isn't even going to like that. But we walked over to dinner. We had dinner at Animator's Palette. Mm-hmm. But it wasn't the show version of Animator's Palette. It was like the welcome aboard dinner.
Right.
So we'll get more into Animator's Palette and the shtick that is in a future section of this episode. Good food. Our server team is great.
Yep. As usual.
We have a private table this time, which is pretty fantastic too. Mm-hmm. And so at dinner, I had the starter of the calamari, which was some of the best fried calamari that I've had.
That was really nice. It had a nice garlic aioli with it.
Yeah, so it wasn't anything really different or unique or anything like that. It was just prepared really well. Mm-hmm. And then I had a pork roast Wellington, right? A pork tenderloin Wellington for dinner, which was, again, really good. I don't think it's worth writing home about, but it was good. The pork may have been a little dry, but overall it was good. And then because we're on a cruise and you can't go 32 minutes without eating, I had to make up for some indiscretion somewhere and ordered 2 desserts. One of them primarily because I didn't know if I would like it, so I wanted to try it, which was a fig and date pudding served with a scoop of ice cream. And then I had the Sail Away Sundae, which was brownie pieces with mint chocolate chip ice cream, whipped cream, chocolate square. And I finished that one. The fig and date pudding, I had a couple bites of, and just, it wasn't my jam. So I didn't finish all of that one. And then what did you have, Candice?
So I started off with clam chowder, which was really, really good. And then I had a mesquite roasted chicken dinner where the chicken was cooked perfectly. Like, I get icked out by chicken really quickly, but this was not in need of that. It was perfect. And it had a sweet potato puree, and then it also had a cream corn bacon, what they called a sauce. But it was actually like cream corn with bacon in it. And then wilted spinach, which I moved away because I didn't want it.
Right.
And then for dessert, I didn't really see anything on the menu. I was full. I was tired. I was still working through the champagne and martini. So I just asked for a bowl of fresh fruit, and that's what they brought me, and it was perfect. It was exactly what I needed.
Yep. Yeah, so that's a bit of advice on a cruise. If you don't see something you like, ask if you can get something else. They are going to say yes.
Mm-hmm.
If they can, they will say yes. So, yeah, just make sure you're getting what you want. You are on a cruise ship. They are here to serve. They are here to make you happy. So make sure that you're getting what you want within reason. Don't be a jerk.
Right.
Okay, so dinner was good, but let's take a step backwards because we were going to move into what we did to close out the night. But before that, we have to go back to Soul Cat.
Oh, okay.
Let's talk about the music there.
Okay. I thought it was amazing.
Yeah, it was really, there was just a Francois and
Johan.
Johan was a little Chinese, Japanese, Asian girl.
Uh-huh.
That had the ability to manipulate her voice to sound like anybody/anything.
Right.
She was so good, and Francois was also really, really good playing the piano, singing, and they were just doing soul, bluesy versions of Disney songs,
mm-hmm.
which was just so much fun to just sort of sit there and listen to a little bit while we had a couple drinks before dinner. So now we can skip ahead to after dinner. We go over to Keys.
Which on this ship has historically been our hangout.
It's been our hangout, yes. And it's the piano bar. And who was playing?
Joel
something.
Enriquez.
Yeah. And he was good. It was just like easy listening, sing-along type music. For the set that we sat through before we said, okay, we had another early day. Let's go to bed. I had a cocktail there. Did you?
No, I had a Perrier.
Okay, yeah. So I had a glass of wine there actually, and service in that bar. Like, I know we have high standard because the last time we were on this ship, we met Kuba and Arasa, who took such great care of us. Mm-hmm. That the whole time, like, we sat down and I basically had to flag somebody over to place a drink order. And the first thing that I wanted, not available because they only do it when there's, like, I don't know. The reasoning made sense, but why have it on your menu?
Right.
If it's not going to be available all the time. Maybe it's a special card or something you put down instead of having it be a permanent part of the menu.
Right.
But, yeah, good glass of wine, just fun to kind of hang out and chill to end the evening.
Yeah.
And then we came back to our room. We turned on it was the Emperor's New Groove, right?
It was.
Yeah, we turned that on, and I was asleep before we saw him turn into a llama. And then, yeah, we woke up this morning, realized we didn't record, and got our day started.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Notice we didn't stop our day to record.
Right.
We're just doing it now.
Yes, it's late in the day, but we are going, because the day's not over, we are going to wait and record today's episode, hopefully after we get back from drinking again later tonight.
Yes, and dinner.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I think that's it for this part of the cruise, the cruise episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. Language is hard. And then, So yeah, we're going to just chill out for a little bit, stay in the air conditioning because it was a hot day, but we'll tell you more about that later. And we will catch you on the flip side. Okay, day 2.
Day 2.
It was another exciting day on board the Disney Magic.
Yes, it was.
And we're actually recording after dark this time.
Yes. Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun.
Dun dun.
Dun dun. So, let's start today a little differently than we've started the rest. What was your favorite part of today?
My favorite part of today was being in the ocean for the first time in a very long time.
Yes.
And also, it was a very laid-back day today.
It was. It was very, very chill from start to finish.
And I enjoyed that quite a bit.
Yeah.
We slept in.
Yes. By my definition of sleeping in, I think we did.
Mm-hmm.
By your definition of sleeping in, we probably did not.
No, but that's okay.
What happens? What's that meme? You have one person that gets up with the sun, the other person that sleeps until dark, and then they usually marry each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of us.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, so I'm even having trouble remembering where today started. Did we start up in Concierge?
We did.
Okay. So we got up, put on our bathing suits, because it was Castaway Cay Day, and then we went up and just had, like, coffee and light bites for breakfast in the Concierge Lounge, which I thought was pretty good.
I thought it was good, and I was still full from dinner last night, so
Yeah.
I didn't eat anything overly heavy.
Yeah, when we get home, I'm not eating for a week. I'm so full. Because, again, it's a cruise. You have to eat every 32 minutes. Or they throw you off the ship. It's a rule.
Leapfrog on the balcony.
Okay, we're in the room. We're watching Aladdin, and Candice has the greatest pause ever. It's Jafar, like, right as he's realizing he didn't get the lamp. And it's pretty hilarious. Like, his eyebrows look like they're lifted off of his head. It has male pattern baldness. Like, the whole thing. It's pretty funny. Sorry. Squirrel. So then...
I have a picture. We can put that in show notes or something.
Thank you. So we had orange juice. You had coffee. Was the coffee out of the machine everything you hoped it would be?
No.
Okay. So we made it to Castaway Cay.
We did.
We got off the ship. That was a pretty seamless little process, right?
It really was, and I think we picked the ideal time to go because I think the first wave of I have to be first and I have to do everything before anybody else people had already gotten off the ship, and I think we were before the second wave of quote-unquote late risers.
Right.
So.
Yeah, because I think we hit the gangway at like 9 or 9:15 this morning, and like the ship, they allowed people to start getting off the ship at 8:30.
Yep. And we had to take our key to the world cards and our passports.
Yes, just a government-issued ID to let you back on.
Yep.
We chose passports.
Yep.
And we took the tram over to the first stop. We picked up our snorkel gear, and then we took our first steps into the ocean.
We did.
It was a little chilly.
It was, but
it wasn't at the same time.
Right. It wasn't the heated swimming pool at the gym.
Right. Yeah, but it also like wasn't cold enough that I was like, "Ooh, this is chilly."
No.
It was just like, "Ooh,
very
that's refreshing." Yeah. So we did the snorkel lagoon at Castaway Cay.
What was your thought on that?
I was a little whelmed.
Yeah. It was cool. I like the concept, but I think it leaves a lot to be desired. Part of that is out of Disney's control because they can't control the weather, and so if a storm comes through and blows away what they've built or trying to build, they can't help that.
Yeah. I was disappointed in the lack of fish. It was very much a Disney, here, we're going to put all these things down underwater for you to look at. But, like, for whatever reason, like, it's not turning into the reef that I think everybody would hope it would become. Or at least that's not what we saw. So, but I know I've seen other videos of cruises and that kind of thing where folks have seen much more than what we saw
Mhm.
today. So I think it's again, it was also a big swim.
It was a big swim. Yeah, at one point I was out there with you, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go back.
Yeah,
Because
and
it was a long swim back, and just, yeah, I needed to get back.
And I think tide was going out
Mm-hmm.
potentially, because my swim in was much harder than the swim out.
Yeah.
So you don't have to be a strong swimmer, but it's work.
Right.
Because they make you wear the blow up inflatable vests, all that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
But it was good. And yeah, it was fun, like seeing Prince Eric's statue under the water, seeing Mickey under the water, all of those kind of things were really cool.
Mhm.
And a couple other little sunken things that they've put in that have started to maybe look a little bit reef-like, but they're not growing even as much as the stuff was over on Serenity Bay that got washed away several years ago. But yeah, I would do it again.
Mm-hmm.
Just maybe a different time of year to see if that makes a difference.
Right. Yeah,
Like,
and we did see a blue tang.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there were a few fish, but like not as much as you would expect to see on a reef.
Right, and not as diverse.
Right.
It was like 3 or 4 different kinds, and that was it.
Right.
However, those little zebra stripy fish,
Mm-hmm.
they were kind of coming up to say hello.
Yeah. Yeah, there were a few of them that got pretty close. Like they're
Mhm.
used to people.
Yeah.
So here's the other tip for cruising. If you really want good snorkeling, don't do the free. Take one of the excursions.
Yes.
They're going to take you someplace where you're going to see good wildlife. You're going to see better coral, all of those kind of things because you're paying for it. Versus here's $20 to get yourself some snorkel equipment. Well, it's Disney. It was like $60 to get snorkel equipment for the day and go do this free trail. It's never going to be as good as here, spend $120 for 3 hours worth of snorkeling off the back of a boat where we know there's good snorkeling. So
Now, I will say, though, that has been the thing that has had us not do that before, though, is that being able to walk into the water and snorkel is much different than having to jump off the back of a boat and snorkel.
Yeah.
And you do have to be a stronger swimmer for that type of snorkeling.
Yeah, and you have to be able to lift yourself up out of the water.
Yeah.
Yeah. For sure. Okay, and then we turned in our snorkel gear and we hopped on the tram over to, well, we did a little bit of light shopping. Not a lot on the island that either one of us were very keen on.
It was all t-shirts and exclusive branded merchandise.
Yeah, things that you could only get on Castaway Cay.
Which, fine, but we've been there, done that.
Yeah, so when we're on Lighthouse Point, we may have to get some officially Lighthouse Point branded stuff, just because we've not done that before. But we took the tram over to Serenity Bay, had a cocktail, and then had lunch.
Mm-hmm.
If you come on a Disney cruise, just know that lunch on Castaway Cay Day is not going to be the best food you're going to eat on the trip.
I was happy it was Disney cheeseburgers.
Yeah. Yeah, it was good. I had ribs and chicken and fish and, like, there was a lot of food.
Mm-hmm.
It's just typical picnicky type
barbecue.
Food. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we went and we got into Serenity Bay, which was never more than about belly button deep in the entire water.
Right.
Which was pretty fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
You could walk 100 yards out and still only be belly button deep in the water, which was kind of fun. So we spent an hour there, and then we came back on board.
Yeah.
And that was by like 2?
1:30.
1:30, 2 o'clock, something like that. And then what did we do with our afternoon? I'm doing all the talking, so I'm going to make you talk now.
So once we got back on board the ship, which was, again, a very seamless process, Disney had lemon water or cucumber water that you could choose from to come back onto the ship with. It was delightful. Then it was just a quick peek at our passports and scanned in on our Key to the World card. They sent our bag through a metal detector, and then we were back on board. And then I decided that since we had the rainforest pass for the spa, that I wanted to just go hang out in that space. So we went and sat on a couple of the heated loungers, which I thought was lovely. I ended up falling asleep a couple of times, but that room, like, it doesn't hold very many people, and there was a lot of coming and going I thought, in the room, so it wasn't as relaxing as it could have been.
Yeah. And I've actually heard that about this ship, too.
Okay.
Like, other Disney ships have better rainforest room setups.
Okay. But we did that, and then we decided that we were a little bit hungry, and so I went and got some chicken tenders and french fries.
Yep, I got a brat.
And Scott got a brat. That was very typical German brat,
Mm-hmm.
but it was a little anemic looking.
I could have even gotten sauerkraut put on it if I wanted.
As compared to the brats that I'm used to looking at.
Right.
So, but that was good. And then, okay, so then we came back to the room for a little bit because we were going to start watching the Husker football game.
Yeah, if we could find it in a bar, we were going to sit and have a beer and watch the game.
But also happening on board today was trick-or-treating. And we could not find, even in the sports bar, we could not find a place to sit down and watch the football game.
Well, that was a little bit later. Trick-or-treating wasn't until like 6.
Oh, yeah. But still, nobody...
But still, like, the sports bar was closed on a football Saturday.
Right.
They were hosting trivia.
Right.
For 6 people.
Right.
8 people, maybe. The only place that was showing any games were the Signals bar up on the pool deck. And it was just too hot to stay up there. Like, we had spent the whole day being hot, so we were ready for some air conditioning. So, found out the game was on CBS, which, shocker, a Disney ship doesn't have any CBS channels, even in the bars. So, I had to find a different way to kind of follow the game today. But, yeah, I was a little disappointed that there was not a sports bar showing sports on football Saturday. I wonder if tomorrow, being Sunday, if they'll be open a little bit earlier and showing NFL games.
I don't know.
Probably not, though, because they're not on ABC.
Right.
So, yeah, it'll be interesting. And maybe this just isn't the demographic for that.
Right.
So, yeah, I can't be too disappointed about that. I didn't come on vacation to watch the Huskers lose. So...
You make it sound like they got trounced, and they did not at all.
Well, I am a Husker fan. I'm allowed to have overreactions.
Okay.
It's been 100 years since they were good.
Okay.
But yeah, so let's then move on to, we came back to the room, relaxed a little bit. You took another nap.
Mm-hmm.
And then we said, okay, before dinner, let's go listen to some music. Let's go do a little bit of shopping. Candice again found a piece of jewelry that she really likes.
Mm-hmm.
This one was 2 times more expensive than the one we looked at yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Even with a discount.
Right.
And so she's not thinking about that one anymore, I don't think.
I mean, they would have to come down significantly.
Yes. For both of them.
Yes.
But we said, okay, we got done with that, and we're like, hey, let's go down to Hopcat and listen to some music while we wait for dinner.
Soulcat.
Hopcat. Soulcat. Something about cats. But we got down there, and that was one of the trick-or-treat stops.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was just packed with people in costumes, and kids in costumes, and screaming kids, and a line that would make Disney World proud.
Mm-hmm.
It was crazy, but no music playing, nothing was happening but that. And we're like, okay, fine, I get it. Let's go down to Keys.
Mm-hmm.
There was a group of people gathering outside of Keys to get themselves ready to go trick-or-treating, and Keys was closed.
Right, they were having some sort of beverage seminar.
A beverage seminar, again.
Yeah.
And this is like 6 o'clock.
Right.
6:30 on a Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
And then we went over to O'Gill's, and that's where they were doing trivia, right? Yeah, because when we went to look for the game, it was closed until 5.
Right.
And then we went back at 6:30, and that's when they were doing trivia.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, can we not find live music to just sit and listen to, like, before dinner?
Nope.
And you couldn't. So we ended up hopping back up to the concierge lounge,
Mm-hmm.
which was good. Nice, laid back. We'll try it again to see if maybe tonight it was nice and laid back because everybody was out trick-or-treating. But we'll see if maybe there's another night where it's just as laid back, because it was pretty nice to just go sit and be in the quiet for a bit.
Yeah, I thought it was great.
Talk to the concierge staff a little bit, and just, again, we've
complimentary cocktails.
Yeah, complimentary cocktails, that kind of thing. We had our cheapest, most expensive drinks on the cruise in that bar tonight. But I think one of the things that Candice and I have said a couple different times as we've been talking through this, service this time does not seem like there is on top of it. Our dining team is the exception.
Our dining team is amazing.
But, like, even in the concierge lounge, we walk in there, there's nobody standing behind the bar. It's happy hour from 5 till 10.
Mm-hmm.
There was nobody behind the bar. I had to go find somebody to ask to get a drink made. Even sitting upstairs, we were sitting back at a little table in the shade. Nobody came to offer us a drink.
Mm-hmm.
We ended up having to go to the bar. Like, and I know this is first world problems that I'm complaining about, but there's a few things, like when we do the survey, these are the things that we're going to call out.
Well, and you would think especially with concierge level rooms and expecting that experience, this has been far from that.
Right. Yeah, agreed. And so, yeah, that's been interesting. We'll see how it goes through the rest of the week. And again, it's not like people are doing a bad job. It's just maybe not up to our standard.
Right.
Or what
not
Disney
up to our expectations.
Not up to our expectation because of how high Disney set the bar previously.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it'll be interesting to kind of decompress after this one and kind of see where it lands. But it's been a
our
great
room
cruise.
team has been great, too.
Yeah, our room team has been really, really good, too.
Mm-hmm.
And the concierge hosts have all been great. Like,
yes.
Don't get us wrong. This is not us complaining about Disney service. It's still top-notch service. It's just, again, not quite up to our expectation because of how high the bar is set for Disney.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're what we're calling, air quotes, poor service is probably better than most places that you go to.
Mm-hmm.
Most cruises that you go on. So
maybe we need to check ourselves just a little bit.
Yeah. So we had a cocktail there and a couple little light bites because, again, if you don't eat every 32 minutes, you get thrown off the cruise ship. And then we went back down to Seoul. Well, we bought a couple of concierge hats because we have to show off that we're bougie. So we bought those, and then we popped over to Soul Cat and ordered a cocktail. It was pretty close to dinner, so by the time we got our cocktail, the line into the dining room was moving.
That server in Soul Cat is the other exception to the rule. He saw us walk in. He knew that we were kind of looking for a private table. He found us one. And then he's like, do you want the same thing you had yesterday?
Yeah.
And we only were there for one drink yesterday.
Not even one full drink. I took 3/4 of mine with me to dinner.
Right. But he remembered exactly what I wanted.
Yep. Yeah, he's good. So, again, we'll probably end up there again. Again, my only complaint about that bar is it's right on a walkway, and it's like kids are in there.
Mm-hmm.
Which just makes the bar experience, again, first world problem, makes the bar experience not quite as good. But we ordered our drink, we got those, and then we hopped up and went to dinner. What did we do for dinner tonight, Candice?
So tonight we ate at Rapunzel's Royal Table, which the shtick behind that is that it's Rapunzel's birthday, of course, and everybody's invited to her birthday celebration. So Rapunzel and Flynn Rider and a couple of the ruffians and then some wandering minstrels were there. And it was fine. The food was good.
Yeah, and the show was different than what I was expecting.
Mm-hmm. It wasn't just another retelling of Tangled.
Right. It was better than I was expecting in a good way.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, just three young ladies walking around singing, being up on stage singing and playing their mandolin and their guitar and their little accordion thingy-bopper. Candice, what is it called?
Concertina.
Yeah, that. It looks like an accordion. And then they did a little bit of just joke telling and like it's Disney Cruise Line's version of a character dining.
Yes.
100%. That's what it's intended to be.
Like dinner and a show combined.
Right. But it's the first time I remember having a character, well, other than breakfast, the one character breakfast that we did on the cruise years ago, where Pluto broke my glasses.
Yes.
This was the first time a character like made it around to the table and that kind of thing. So, food was really good. I had a tuna tartare and a little charcuterie thing and a prime rib and then a creme brulee cheesecake. And then our wait staff brought us, our server team brought us scallops and angel hair pasta pesto thingy-bopper that was delicious as well. And yeah, what'd you have?
I had the potato soup that had knockwurst and carrots in it. And then I had a fried crispy shrimp that had some mushy peas with it, which was also delicious. And then I also had the prime rib. And a couple of the scallops with the pasta, which that dish in that moment made me like basil again. So that's good. But it had to be the right bite. Like it had to have all the things.
Right.
And then for dessert, I had Mother Gothel's chocolate tower.
Which was not a tower.
No. It looked like something I can't repeat what I said.
Well, you can. It looked like poop.
It looked like a turd. But it was really good.
Yeah.
It had some whipped cream and some raspberry filling in it, and it was really good, which kind of surprised me because typical Black Forest, which is what this was supposed to be, is chocolate, whipped cream, and cherry. But this was raspberry. So.
Yeah, it was good. And then our server team brought us another dessert, like a chocolate mousse situation for our anniversary.
And they sang, "Happy Versary to you, Happy Versary to you." And it was funny because the guy that brought us the dish was not our server or our assistant server, but helping him out. It was like, okay, they've been married 24 years. We got to sing this 24 times. Like, no, please don't.
I was a little nervous they were going to.
Yeah.
But it was fun. Our server team is really good. And yeah, and then we just decided, we were talking about maybe going and having a nightly somewhere. We're good. You spend the whole day in the sun. Like we spent from 9 o'clock until close to 3 being hot. Like even down to the chairs in the rainforest room. Like hot. And that takes a lot out of you.
Yeah,
so tomorrow night we have to prepare ourselves to be up later because we have a bourbon tasting at 10:15. It starts at 10:15. And then, yeah, lots going on tomorrow, but we'll tell you all about that when we're laying in bed tomorrow night going, so much bourbon. Anything else that you want to call out about today?
I don't think so.
Yeah, it's been a great trip so far. Yeah. Okay. So we will see you on the flip side. Okay. Day 87. Doesn't that seem about right?
No.
What day is it? I've forgotten.
Day 3 of the cruise.
Okay. Thank you. Today was a good day.
Today was a great day.
It was Nassau Day on the cruise. And it started with a little bit of sleeping in.
Which is always appreciated.
Which is always appreciated, especially on vacation.
Yes.
And I am sore. I just realized that.
Are you sore?
Yeah.
I'm not.
We'll get into why here in a little bit. But how did our day start, Candice?
So, we started our day by getting fancified. And we had brunch at Palo this morning.
So good. So
amazing.
So good.
Yeah.
And our server was super cute.
Yep.
Super new.
Mm-hmm.
But amazing all at the same time.
Adorable. Very interested to make sure that everything was fine and perfect and wonderful and all of the things.
She told us she had lost her earning her ears ribbon yesterday.
Yes.
Yeah, so we were her first day without people knowing she was in training.
Mm-hmm.
But she had to let us know that she was just coming out of training, which was fun. I'm always reminded, here's like a life hack for people. Talk to people about where they're from.
Yes.
And if you know a little something about the geography or the country or whatever, that just helps build that camaraderie. But we talked to her a little bit. She was from India, and we talked a little bit about where she was from. And I just happened to know somebody who was also from that same general vicinity, like probably from the same 500 square mile area. Like, there's no way this person would have known the person that I worked with, but I was able to talk knowledgeably about the region and all of that kind of thing. And just to see her face, what was her name?
Rita.
To see Rita's face light up when she was talking about home and the weather and the fact that they call it Scotland of the East and like telling us to Google it and all of that kind of stuff was just so much fun to see. Like, we're going back to Palo tomorrow, and I almost want to ask to see if she's working so we could just get her to serve us again, because we just had a good time with her.
Mm-hmm.
But let's talk a little bit about the Palo brunch experience. It was our first time doing that. So what did you think?
I thought it was amazing. I think it easily became a must-do for me.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm still full from that. And we've had dinner since then.
Well, but dinner was not a light affair today either.
That's true. That's very true. So the Palo brunch experience is an interesting one. Mm-hmm. The idea is that you move from breakfast into lunch.
Yes.
True brunch fashion. So we got there, we got seated, they gave us a complimentary mimosa each, and followed that up with a tray of breads, and then she came by with a tray of sweet bread, not like sweet breads. Pastries, that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. That were just, I had a blueberry muffin out of that, Candice had nothing, but they just all looked delicious.
Mm-hmm.
And then
the savory breads that they had were amazing.
Yeah.
They had Parmesan breadsticks and a lavash that had 2 different kinds of sesame seeds on it. A Mediterranean bread that had olives and sun-dried tomatoes in it that was phenomenal. Mm-hmm. And then a couple other things that I didn't eat. Not that I didn't want to.
Yeah,
but
we knew how much food was coming.
Mm-hmm.
I've already forgotten all the things that we had, but it started with an antipasti
selection, and one was seafood and the other one was cured meats and cheeses.
Yeah.
We each got one of those and shared.
And then we ordered a pizza for the table, which was a dinner plate size pizza. Mm-hmm. But the antipasti was delicious.
Yes.
Yours had shrimp and crab. Mm-hmm. Or was it? Yeah, it was crab, right?
Yes.
And
there was a mussel and some
salmon,
ahi tuna, and some smoked salmon. And it was all very delicious.
Yeah, and mine had all sorts of cured meats and cheeses on it. I couldn't even tell you what they all were, but they were delicious.
And our
Shark
pizza.
bait. Ooh ha ha.
Yes, thank you. Our pizza was a spicy Italian sausage pizza, and that was not just Disney spicy. It had some heat to it.
Yeah.
Which was appreciated.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah.
And you could tell that it was like hand-tossed dough. Mm-hmm. Fired there in the kitchen.
And it was baked perfectly.
Yeah, and Palo is Northern Italian.
Yes.
Most of the time. And it like open kitchen, so you could hear the chef barking orders to the rest of the cooking, the chefs and the cooks in the kitchen, which was, I love that. But excuse me. So we had the pizza. We only ate a couple slices of that, and it was dinner plate size pizza, so probably a 10-inch pizza.
Yeah. 9 or 10 inch.
Yeah, and I'm just like calling that out for the amount of food that we ate. Mm-hmm. And then Candice got a soup.
Ham and cheese frittata came
Ham and
first.
cheese frittata, that's right. And then I had a single egg benny with ham and hollandaise, which was delicious. Then you got soup.
I did. I got celery soup, which I've never had celery soup before, and I was kind of scared about it, just because celery soup, you don't think much is going to be happening.
Right.
But it was so good, and yet it had the brightness and the freshness that you get from celery.
Yeah.
And yet there was like spicy Italian sausage in the soup, just a couple of little slices, and it was a cream-based soup, but again, it wasn't heavy and terrible. It was just nice and light and refreshing, if that makes sense. I don't think that makes sense, and that's probably not the word I'm looking for.
No, it does.
Okay. But that was good, and I would eat it again.
Yeah. What did I have while you were having your soup?
You had a waffle.
That's right. I had a cinnamon apple Mickey waffle, which was really delicious as well. I'm just pulling up the pictures.
And with the apple cinnamon compote they put on there was also golden raisins.
Yes. Which I'm not usually a big raisin person.
These were good, though.
Yeah, they were really good. And it was bigger than Park Mickey waffles.
Yeah.
But I think it was the same waffle mix.
Of course it was.
So it was that malty goodness that is a Mickey waffle. And everything Mickey shaped tastes better. So, and then...
We even confirmed that with Rita.
Yeah, she did agree with that. And then after that, I had a lasagna, which was delicious. Red sauce with a bechamel served over it, and I enjoyed every bite of that. I didn't eat it all, but every bite of it I enjoyed. And
I had chicken parm, and when I tell you that was probably the best chicken parm I've ever had, yes. And the genius is about that is they serve it over risotto. Which, who would have ever thought to serve that over risotto? Usually when you have a chicken parm, it's some sort of pasta, whatever. But the risotto was so good.
Was it like a Parmesan risotto?
No, it was just a standard, delicious, creamy risotto situation.
Okay. Fantastic.
Yes.
And then for dessert, I had a limoncello icebox cake. I don't know that that's what it was called, but it's basically what it was.
Limoncello tort.
Yeah, limoncello tort. There you go. And that was really good as well. Not as sweet as I expected, but really, really tasty.
And I had a warm chocolate something that was kind of like a lava cake, but not. And they had me at hazelnut gelato. That was served with it. So,
and was the hazelnut gelato as good as you thought it was going to be?
Yes, except the chocolate flavoring on the rest of the dessert was so powerful.
Is that the one that had the coffee dust?
No.
Okay, that must have been something different.
But the chocolate on it was so powerful that it kind of overtook everything else.
Okay.
But when I did have a bite of the hazelnut gelato by itself, yes, it was amazing.
Okay. Yeah. And so we walked through the whole menu of that one for you, just primarily to let you know just how much food we ate. We got there at 10 and we walked out at 11:30. So it's not one of those experiences that takes a short amount of time.
No, but it's worth every moment.
Worth every moment of it, worth every penny of that experience. So if you're ever on a Disney cruise, make sure you do that experience, because I would recommend that to anybody.
And if you're interested in a Disney cruise, I can help you.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. And then, so we came back to the room, because we had to get ourselves fancied up for brunch. So we came back to the room to change clothes and get ready for what?
We had a spa experience today.
We did. And how was that for you? Are you torn?
I don't want to be unkind.
Yeah.
I was whelmed.
I'm exactly the same way.
It was great. I'm glad we did it. I don't know that I would do it again. I would go for a massage, but I don't know that I would need the whole shebang that went with it.
Right. So tell everybody what we did.
So we reserved a villa spa treatment for 2 that was 150 minutes long. So again, this was not the day for short experiences. but they brought us in. They had us fill out a questionnaire about medical conditions, medications, any specific areas or things they wanted us, or we wanted them to focus on during our massage. Then we met our therapists, very, very sweet ladies.
Mm-hmm.
And then they took us back to a villa. And the villa consisted of a room with 2 massage beds and then kind of like a patio area.
Right.
With a hot tub for 2, lounge chairs for 2, and then like a sitting chair for 1. And then a shower that we're not really sure what it was for, but it was there. And they poured us some ice water, kind of talked over our forms that we had completed, and asked us which of 4 massage options we wanted. And they would have done Swedish, hot stone, deep tissue, or bamboo.
Yes.
Did you ever find out what they do to you in a bamboo massage?
I didn't. I didn't even ask because I told her what I wanted and she suggested the hot stone. So I just went with that.
That's what I chose as well because I've never had a hot stone massage before and I wanted to try it. And I figured this would be a great place to do it.
Yep.
We had our ice water. They turned on the hot tub.
They gave us a foot scrub first.
Yes, they gave us a foot exfoliation with some lavender scrub. Then they turned on the hot tub, let us have 20 to 25 minutes. I just dipped my feet because the hot tubs don't do good things for me. They're too hot most of the time, and I stay in for just too long, and then I feel icky. So I just stuck my legs in. It was nice for while I was in there, but then I got out. And then they were ready for our massages.
Yep.
And that was interesting. It felt really good, and like my body feels good, and it came with a scalp massage and all of the things that are beautiful.
Yeah, I think I would do a hot stone again. It was different. Like all the pictures you see of hot stone, it just feels like they're putting hot stones on your back.
Mm-hmm.
But they were actually rubbing you down with hot stones, so it was a good experience to have.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Did they get to a point where she just put stones in your hands while you were laying on the table?
No.
No, okay.
She rubbed stones over my hands, but never like just put them in my hands.
Okay, because I have that experience.
Oh, where they just had you hold the stone?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice. How was that?
It was good.
Yeah. Mine just rubbed them over my hands, but it was all good. And then, so we got done with our massage, and we went back, and they had tea for us. We got to pick our flavor of tea that we wanted.
Mm-hmm.
And so we had that and just kind of relaxed a little bit and changed back into our swimwear, and then came back to the room.
Yep.
So here's the thing. Like, part of the reason I'm whelmed is it cost about twice what I thought it was going to cost.
Mm-hmm.
Because the way they advertise it is one price, but that price is per person.
Right.
Which is kind of a shady thing to do. And I will be putting that in our survey.
Mm-hmm.
Because, and I told Candice this, so I'll tell our audience too. My guess is the reason they don't put the total price for the couple is nobody would do it.
Well, somebody might do it, but just not as many people that probably do it.
Right, and then get caught unawares, which is a really crappy thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
It was an expensive 2 hours.
Yeah, which I think is a big part of me being whelmed.
Right. Like for what we thought we were going to pay, it would have totally been worth it.
But for what we did pay, not.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Yeah, and makes me wary of going to the spa again.
Mm-hmm. But we've had that experience on cruise spas before.
Yeah, at least this time they didn't try and sell us a whole bunch of LMS crap we don't need.
Yeah.
There wasn't a sales presentation at the end of it.
Mm-hmm.
It was just hey, here's your price that's double what you thought you were going to pay.
But it's fine. Everything's fine.
Yeah. But again, I would do a massage on board. I probably wouldn't do and don't take this the wrong way, I wouldn't do a couples massage just because of the pricing issue.
I would do a couples massage. I don't think we would need to do the villa experience.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because we also paid for an extra treatment that it didn't extend the experience at all. It was just an add-on situation. And it was supposed to be some thermal thing where they would
hot
put like
and cold
hot rag.
compresses.
Yes. And all it was a hot rag on your back and then some cool gel.
Right.
Not worth what we paid for
$20
it.
for that upgrade. So yeah, it was again, and that's why I'm sore. Like my therapist did a good enough job on my muscles that I'm sore tonight, which is probably a good thing. I needed that. And I'm sore where I told her I needed the most work. So she targeted the right areas, all that kind of stuff. So that's all good. But I just, again, I'm not a big fan of situations where people aren't upfront about their pricing. And I say that because they made us sign something with the dollar amount we were going to be spending. But again, like, even though we were in the same room, Candice and I weren't talking about what we were signing.
Right.
Again, I'm not going to tell prices in this. If you're interested in what the price we paid for it was, message us. We'll probably tell you, but I'm not going to throw it out there into the universe. But again, it was a good 2.5 hours. I got to spend time with you, all of those kind of things, which were fantastic, and we hadn't really taken the time to do.
And now we know.
Now we know. So we learned.
Growth.
And then what?
And then we came back to the room, showered, and got dressed to go to the show and dinner.
Yeah, so we went up to the Concierge Lounge again, got a cocktail from there, got a free cocktail before hopping on the elevator with our concierge host to go down to the show. Again, we got our popcorn and we got to pick our seat before anybody else got into the theater. I think the longer I'm on this ship, the more I realize that's a really good perk. So that's a lot of fun. Candice will tell everybody who will listen, they make a really good filthy martini on this ship.
Oh, absolutely.
And I think I figured out why and how, because the bartender in the concierge lounge was muddling olives for your drink.
That's never wrong.
Right. You don't hear about people muddling olives very often, but he muddled olives for your drink, which is kind of amazing, he used olives and squeezed the juice out of them in muddling instead of just pouring olive juice out of the container. So yeah, that's pretty fantastic. So what do you think of tonight's show, which was, what was the name of it?
Twice Charmed.
Twice Charmed. What did you think of tonight's show versus the Tangled one we watched?
I thought it was cute. I thought it was a more original story. I know I leaned over to you at least once and said this is giving heavy Into the Woods.
Yes, it very much was an Into the Woods style story. Even like musically, it felt a little bit Into the Woodsy. Yeah,
but it was good. The entertainment cast on this ship is phenomenal, as you would expect with Disney.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking like Broadway caliber performances.
They're Broadway style shows. But what was weird, and I even told you this right after the show, is the cast in this show is the exact same cast that was in Tangled. The cast was more talented in this show than they were in Tangled.
Right.
Does that make sense?
It does.
Even though it was the same people, this show was performed better.
Right, but I think there was more room for interpretation of character in this show than there is in Tangled.
Right.
Because Tangled is a favorite movie of a lot of people, and you have certain expectations for characters and all of that kind of thing. Where this one, you've got that a little bit, but with the story the way that it goes, is pretty different. Right.
It's a retelling of the Cinderella story.
Yes.
In what would have happened if the evil stepsisters had what did he call himself? An evil
godfather.
A wicked evil.
Yes,
godfather.
A wicked evil godfather.
Yeah, which gave Facilier vibes.
Oh, yes.
But it wasn't Facilier.
Correct.
Not to spoil the show, because you might see it if you ever come on a cruise, but really good show. Just goes back and kind of tells the story over again from just a different viewpoint. And I think the characters did a really good job. Our muster station captain played Gus.
Yes, and he did a great job.
Yeah.
Aaron.
Yeah, Aaron. He had a lot of fun with that role, I think. And it's still, I know, as a theater person, I know sometimes you play multiple roles in a show. Like, hey, wasn't he just Gus Gus? Now he's a townsperson. Now he's Gus Gus again. Now he's a townsperson again. Like,
but it's okay.
But it's okay. That's fine. And the other thing that caught me off guard is, like, we didn't notice as much technical stuff tonight, or at least I didn't. What I noticed tonight was how fast the costume changes must have been.
Yes.
And one of the costume changes in particular was impressive.
Yes, very much so.
And how they staged that was really cool, too.
I agree.
Yeah. So, yeah. And then, so after the show, we went to Soul Cat again.
Mm-hmm.
Because they were doing 90s Disney music from, what's the name of the group? Best of Us?
Best of Both.
Best of Both, which is just a couple from South Africa that is so uber talented. I know we talked about them the other day too, because this is the second time we've heard them. They're so uber talented. We just sat there and sang along. And what was your favorite part of that break besides the music?
I don't know, all of it?
The drink?
Oh, yeah, the drink.
Tell us about the drink.
So it was called a Jazz 75, and it was an infused gin that had citrus fruits in it, and then they mixed it with Moët and Chandon Imperial Champagne, and then a sugared rim.
Yeah.
And it was just light and refreshing and like just what we needed at that exact moment.
Yeah. And I don't want to make this all about money, but that cocktail was the best value we've had on this ship outside of the free drinks we get.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Because it was a 4-2 experience that was only like $26.
And we got 4 drinks.
And we got 4 drinks out of it.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, and it was 2 little mini bottles of Moët.
Mm-hmm.
And then the gin, the infused gin, enough to make basically 4 cocktails.
Right.
So, such a good value. We'll be going back for that again.
Yes, we will.
Number one, because of the value of the cocktail, but really because of the band. And the Soul Cat Lounge is, I mentioned this to you, if they could pick that up and put that in the place of Keys and make it 18 plus, I would never leave.
Right.
It's just, it has such a cool vibe.
It really does, and they're so talented.
Yeah, such talented people. But you made a good point, too, that they're probably going to put their best talent in places where, number one, lots of people are going to hear it.
Mm-hmm.
And number two, like, let's put our best talent in a place where folks will gather for it.
Right.
Families. They're targeting families. So where are families going to gather before dinner? They're going to gather in that bar. Mm-hmm. So let's put our best talent there. Yep. And sort of show up that way. So that was a fun hour. Had a couple of really fun conversations with other people on board while we were there. Just Candice is getting a little bit more extroverted as the cruise goes, which is always fun to see. By the time we get home, she'll be back to her introverted self again. But right now she's on a closed space and feeling extroverted. Right?
Alcohol helps.
That, and when you see the same people over and over in the same places,
right,
you kind of get that feeling, oh, they're probably our kind of people.
Right.
So you're willing to just reach out a little bit, which is fine. Okay, and then after that, we went to dinner.
Mm-hmm.
Have we been going plate by plate at dinners? I don't think we have.
No.
But tonight was in Lumiere's, which is Beauty and the Beast themed.
Mm-hmm.
Our wait staff, our server team, I think is what they're called, is just so much fun. They're such good dudes. And then the table sitting next to us tonight, do you want to talk a little bit about them?
So we figured out, because like it was just a different vibe. They came in a little bit late. We hadn't seen them at dinner before. It was just kind of a weird situation, and like one of our server team was focused on them. And his mood or attitude or vibe or whatever you want to call it was completely different than we have ever seen him before.
Mm-hmm.
With them. Not with us. With them. And so we're like, I wonder if they're cast members. And we actually got to talk to him a little bit after dinner, and he confirmed that, yes, they are new hires, and they bring them in so that they get sort of the guest perspective of what it's like to eat in these restaurants and what the food tastes like and all these kinds of things. So they were training at a dinner, and they were fine, but we didn't get probably the normal amount of interaction with our server team.
Yeah, but I don't think that was because of them.
No, they were just busy tonight.
They were busy tonight, and I don't know why.
Yeah.
But we've been joking with our assistant server the whole time. Like, he has to go back into the kitchen and fight for us. And at one point, he came over tonight and said he actually lost the fight.
Yeah.
So, because he's been talking about how much he wins the fight when he goes. So I think he knew they were a little off tonight. But, like I told you, that felt the way I wanted dining to feel.
Yeah. It was very laid back, very take a minute, take a beat between courses. We're not going to throw this food in your face. And, I mean, don't get me wrong, they've been very, very nice the entire time, and all these other things. It's just felt a little rushed.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the thing with dining on these ships, is they always just feel a little rushed.
Yep.
I think they have 75 minutes to get you from seat to out.
Mm-hmm.
And I think some of that is just Disney saying, this is the time frame we have. The show is 75 to 90 minutes.
Right.
If they're not out in 90 minutes, you're doing something wrong.
Right.
So it wouldn't even surprise me if they don't time the tables.
And they may.
Right. So it just, to me, that feels a little bit rushed for the amount and quality of food that you're getting.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like feeling rushed through a meal. But, again, first world problems.
Yeah.
So then what did we do? We came back, you changed clothes, and then what did we do to close out the night?
We had a bourbon tasting class, workshop situation.
Yeah, and that was kind of fun, wasn't it?
It was. I learned a lot about bourbon, and I actually learned that I don't hate it all.
Yeah, that's kind of awesome. You found a couple that you actually really kind of liked.
Mm-hmm. And I actually drank a majority of a small pour of an old-fashioned.
Right. That's kind of new for you.
That's very new for me.
Yeah. So Candice's mic died, so I think this is going to be, we're going to wrap this one up here so we can get hers plugged in. And we will, yeah, it was a great night, great way to finish. And tomorrow's another first for us. We're going to an island we've never been to before, and I think that's going to be a ton of fun. So we will check in with you after another great day in paradise tomorrow night.
Scott.
Yes, ma'am.
We are on night 4 of 5.
We are.
Of our voyage.
We are. And I am fat and happy.
Okay. So I guess that's a summary of how today was. End of episode.
Yes.
No. So today was our first time at Lookout Cay at Lighthouse Point.
On the island of
Eleuthera. In the Bahamas.
In the Bahamas. Very Disney name.
It is. Detailed in every way, but the way that makes sense.
Yes.
Yes. What was your impression of the island?
I was pleasantly surprised by the island from start to finish.
Yes. Yes.
We had seen so much, but before we get to the island...
Yes.
We've been going just sort of through our days.
Mm-hmm.
So today started again with a little bit of sleeping in.
Yay.
Candice's favorite thing. That's where she's a Viking.
That's right.
And then we decided to go up to Cabanas for breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
I wish we had decided to go to the sit-down restaurant for breakfast instead, I think.
Yes.
Because Cabanas was okay. It's buffet breakfast. Go ahead.
If you need breakfast and you need something that's going to make everybody in your party happy.
Right.
And you don't care, Cabanas is the place to do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
100%. There were pastries, there was biscuits and gravy, there was rice and beans, there was
eggs,
you name it.
Breakfast meats, there was cereal, there was everything.
Yeah, again, everybody could find something there. I'm positive of it. But again, it's a buffet. there were more people still on the ship than what I thought there would be.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we waited to go to breakfast because I thought it would be a little less crowded.
Although we did get a late start onto the island today.
That's true. That is true.
So after breakfast, we went out to the island.
We did. We just grabbed our bag and went straight out. And Lookout Cay has probably one of the most Disney-panned entrances of all time.
Mm-hmm. But we had some very interesting information and insight on that today.
So they cannot dock the ship right up against the shore.
Correct.
So when they built this Disney property, they built a pier that is about a half-mile long.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to walk down this concrete pier that's a half-mile long to even get to a tram stop to take you over to the island.
Over to the side of the island that Disney has developed.
Right.
Yes.
Yes. And, like, if you go out and you watch social media, you would think that was like a 7-mile walk.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just the worst thing in the universe.
Now, to be fair, it was bright and sunny and very hot.
It was.
But, pro tip, bring an umbrella.
Yes.
Umbrellas are not just for rain. And if you happen to be doing the parks like we did before, umbrella over poncho all day long, every day long.
Yep, 100%. And this just worked out well because we were able to throw an umbrella over Candice's very fair skin.
Mm-hmm.
And just help keep her a little bit cooler on that half-mile walk.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't that bad.
No, it wasn't.
It was like a 5 or 10 minute walk, and we were walking at a glacial pace.
Oh, thank you.
No,
we were walking at a leisurely pace.
Okay, that's fine.
Yes.
Your definition of leisurely and mine are probably two different things, but we were not moving fast. That's the point.
No, we were not. But it wasn't bad at any rate.
No.
And actually, one of our concierge hosts shared with us the fact that the pier length at Lookout Cay is the same pier length to get into Nassau. The only difference is the pier at Nassau is L-shaped, but it's the same.
Right, so you don't think you're walking as far.
Right. So, suck it up, Buttercup.
Yeah, there's more to look at. It's a different shape, so instead of kind of a straight line, you have that L shape, which makes it feel shorter, but it's the exact same number of steps. Like, I think he said it was like 150 feet different.
Right. And the reason that they did it that way is for ecological reasons.
Right.
And he said the longest part of the development of the island was building that pier, and it's because they had to have marine biologists come in and move coral.
Right. It took them 2 years to build a half-mile pier.
Mm-hmm.
Which, just, if you think about it, is amazing. Like, you think about some of the things the Disney company does, and, like, why we love the Disney company, why we've sort of built a podcast around it, and kind of are big fans of the company. It's exactly that kind of thing. Instead of just saying, no, let's go somewhere where we don't have to move coral, or let's just plow through the coral.
Mm-hmm.
They brought in people and said, no, how do we move the coral? How do we do this without killing any coral?
Right.
And they figured it out, and they did it. And our concierge host said they just basically put it in big boxes and moved it.
Mm-hmm.
Which is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
So talk to me a little bit, Candice, about your favorite part of the island.
So my favorite part of the island, by far, was Serenity Bay.
Mm-hmm.
And again, that's the 18 and over guest area. The beaches on the island of Eleuthera have pink sand
Mm-hmm.
that is primarily made up of crushed shells of microscopic organisms.
Yeah.
And the water is a turquoise color that I have never seen in my life before. And I thought I had seen gorgeous water up to this point. Today's topped all of that.
Yeah. It was beautiful. And the sun was out, but not really out.
Right. There was
kind of a mostly cloudy kind of day.
Ish.
Yeah.
But when we were out in the water, it was very walkable. Like, we had water shoes on, but our feet touched for most of it.
Mm-hmm.
But the difference between this and Castaway Cay is that Lookout Cay is open ocean.
Right.
So you're dealing with the waves, you're dealing with the currents, you're dealing with all of that kind of thing. So that was something to get a little bit used to. But the water was beautiful. It was a lovely spot once we got to the beach.
Yep, 100%. And even the walk from the tram stop. So the tram takes you from where you get to the end of the pier. There's a tram ride that's maybe, 5 to 7 minutes long to get over to the side of the island that's developed. And then you have a little bit of a walk to get to a beach. You have to walk by the gift shops. It is Disney after all. And, like, to get to Serenity Bay, it was a little bit of a jaunt over. So don't expect not to walk on this island.
Correct.
100% don't expect to not walk. So that may have been way too many double negatives. So I apologize. You get what I mean.
You have to walk.
You have to walk. But it's also so well built, like with the decking and the concrete and all of that. The paths are, like, I appreciated, here's my hot take. I like Lookout Point or Lookout Cay better than Castaway Cay.
I agree.
I think it is built out better. They learned a lot from Castaway Cay. And just overall, I just think it is better designed. Like, even we were talking to a couple of bartenders. If you know Candice and I at all, you know we love talking to people. Well, I love talking to people. Candice loves chiming in when she can because
I love talking to Disney people.
Right. But we were talking to a bartender that was like, we really love, like, as a bartender, we like Lookout Cay better because all the bars are set up the same way. From their perspective, it's better. Again, Disney learned their lesson. Like, if you go to Castaway Cay, every bar is different.
Right.
It's set up different, all of that kind of thing. So again, from an operations perspective, as an operations nerd, they figured out how to make it more efficient and make it to where anybody can work any bar at any time. So, like, they're learning stuff as they do it. So it wouldn't surprise me if they don't go back and make some changes to Castaway Cay soon.
Which I think they should.
Right. Like, once I think Lighthouse Cay gets more built up, like once they figure out all of the little things that they still need to do and the trees grow up a little bit more, you may see Castaway Cay close for a year.
Right. Especially with Lookout Cay being so close, it would be an easy, like, double dip situation where if you need to, you can go there twice in one cruise.
Right.
And not have a problem.
Right. Just to, like, redo some of Castaway Cay, redo some of the pathing, some of that kind of stuff to make it just a little bit better. With some of the lessons learned. So, but we ended up coming back to the ship fairly early. We spent maybe an hour in the water. Then we had lunch with some new friends. That was fun. These new friends that we met were, I say that half joking, but they are new friends now. We saw them at our champagne tasting on our first day and kind of joked with them a little bit. And then we've just been seeing them all over the ship.
Yes.
So last night we said, hey, if you ever just see us sitting at a bar, just come join us. We'd love to just hang out a little bit. So we saw them at Serenity Bay, and they were in the lunch line at the same time we were. So I invited them over to come sit with us. And they did. And they were just a lovely couple. And from the Bay Area of the San Francisco Bay Area, we just had a really nice lunch. And then Candice and I walked back, and, well, we ended up taking a tram back.
Which, that's kind of a pro tip.
Yeah.
Like, do the walk to get there, but after you've been out in the sun for a certain amount of time, you kind of don't want to have to make that walk back. And there is a tram stop that you can ride whether or not you are
disabled.
Needing to take the tram.
Right. Yeah, I think going back, they care less than they do going.
Right.
Because if they were to try and do that, going,
they may as well just build a people mover.
Right. And I think that's the point, is, like, I think you have to have, like, some sort of medical thing to be able to take it going. But coming back, I think they'll just let anybody hop on that as they're there.
Yeah.
And they may, and again, you have to make the decision. Do you want to spend like, if the line is long enough for the little tram coming back, do you want to spend 30 minutes waiting in line, or do you want to walk for 10 minutes to get back?
Well, and there's very clear, like, I saw a disclaimer today that with that tram, it comes the possibility you may have to wait for an hour.
Right.
So
for a 10-minute walk.
Right. So that just depends on
your situation,
right?
That kind of stuff.
But if you're hot and tired and you don't feel well or whatever, take the tram. I mean,
Yeah, you do you. 100% you do you. So then we came back to the ship, and then we just went and hung out by the pool for a bit, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I dipped my feet in the pool for a bit, and Candice laid in a lounger, and then I went and joined her in the lounger, had a drink of the day.
Which was your first one of those?
It was my first one of those, and it was the Pirate something.
Something.
Yeah, rum, tropically premixed cocktail. Yeah, sugary premixed cocktail. Yeah. And the older I get, the more I'm figuring out I don't like those. Yeah, as much as I used to.
Yeah.
But that's okay. And then we came back to the room and napped for a bit, and then got ourselves dressed up because tonight was Palo night.
Mm-hmm.
But instead of just going straight to dinner, we went and we sat at the Soul Cat Lounge again.
Mm-hmm.
And what did we discover there?
We discovered the Murphy sisters.
Yeah.
Who are a trio of musicians from Ireland that do Irish music and all kinds of things. And they are beautiful souls.
They really are. We talked to two of the three for just a couple of minutes, and just about where they're from, how they got started, that kind of thing. And they did such a good job.
And they are on Spotify. So check them out. It's the
Murphy
sisters.
Yeah, the Murphy sisters. They're good. And as we listened, their harmonies got tighter, all of that kind of stuff. So they did such like I told Candice this a couple times, and so I'll say it again just because we're recording it, just to save it for posterity. This cruise has redeemed itself in the last 2 days.
I agree.
From where we thought we were only going to see sort of one group that had the kind of talent we were expecting and kind of hoping for, to we've now found 2 or 3 groups.
Mm-hmm.
And the show the second night was so much better than the show the first night.
Mm-hmm.
And all of those kind of things, like the service team seems to be relaxing into it and getting to know people. Maybe it's because they're getting to know us that we're feeling that a little bit more. We're showing up to the same places again. The wait staff is getting to know us, all of that kind of thing. This feels like a Disney cruise again, where maybe the first night or two it didn't.
Right. In fact, it's felt so much like a Disney cruise that we know and love from the past that we actually booked a placeholder while we were sitting listening to the Murphy sisters.
Yep. Yeah. You get a good discount if you book while you're on board.
Yes, you do.
And so we did that.
Mm-hmm.
And we have to sail before this time in 2027.
Correct.
So you have a couple years to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, again, this is not sponsored by the travel agency, but it is all at the same time. If you want to get on a cruise so you can also get a good discount on your next cruise, book through Minx Cruise and Travel.
Mm-hmm.
And and then we sat there for a few drinks at Soul Cat. We sat there from basically 5 o'clock until it was time to go to dinner at 7:30. And you can imagine, as professional drinkers, how many drinks we went through.
Am I actually professional?
Well, one of us is definitely a professional drinker.
Okay, I'm just a mess.
You just like to drink.
Yeah.
And then we went up to Palo for dinner, and I don't know how to describe it.
Stellar.
Yes. Describe their menu a little bit. How does their menu work?
So, for those that don't know, Palo is Northern Italian inspired food, and they have a Fixo menu, which is a set price, and you get to choose one item from several different categories, or you can do a la carte across the board and get whatever you want. Mm-hmm. We did the first option because we found items that we wanted and we were interested in, and we each we talked about it before we placed our orders so that we each got something different and could share and try more things.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, we both ended with the chocolate soufflé because if you don't do that at Palo, you're not at Palo.
Right.
In my opinion.
Yeah, and then you can also do it. Here's another hot tip. If you want to do the pre-fee menu, but you see something else that you want to try, order it.
Yes.
It's all a la carte. So we did the 4-course, but then we also wanted the lobster pappardelle.
Mm-hmm.
And so we ordered that.
Yep.
And it was probably the best dish.
I agree.
the steak was delicious, but
Mm-hmm.
I think the pappardelle was probably my favorite.
Yep.
Besides the chocolate souffle, of course.
Of course.
And we also got a nice bottle of sparkling wine.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, excuse me. It's definitely after dark for this episode, folks. And Candice found a new sparkling wine that I can't remember the name of right now.
Yeah, we'll put it in show notes or something.
Or something. And then, so that was the other thing, is we had the same server for dinner tonight that we had for Palo brunch yesterday. Rita. She was really good. She didn't know her wines.
Right.
So, like, we were talking about a couple different ones, and I said, is this one more sweet than this one? And she's like, yes. So, when the sommelier came over, before she opened the bottle that we had originally selected, we're like, is this super dry, or is this a little bit sweeter? She's like, no, this is as dry as you can get.
It was a Prosecco,
Prosecco.
Duh.
Yeah. So we're like, okay, we're looking for something maybe a little bit sweeter. We were thinking about this. She's like, oh, we're sold out of this, but I think you'd love this. And it was the same price point as the other one that we were looking at.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're like, sold, let's do it. And so she brought that bottle over, and it was delicious.
It was.
Tasted like fancy grape juice.
Mm-hmm. In the very best way.
Yeah, in the very best possible way.
Mm-hmm.
So we had a bottle of sparkling wine during dinner as well, and then we finished dinner and we came down and we changed into shorts and t-shirts because we were done being dressed up for the day, and we went down to Keys just for a nightly, and I had some sort of an aperitif, something that was supposed to calm my stomach after all the food. I don't know if it worked or not. We'll see. And just listened to a little bit of music while we were in Keys and wondered why the border wall in Keys was not set up like a real piano.
It's the weirdest thing ever.
Yeah.
And it's one of those very obvious details that somebody should not have missed.
Right. Yeah, it's one of those things that Disney normally doesn't miss.
Right.
So, but oh well.
Yep.
Still a good bar, still a good time to sit and enjoy. And now it's like 11:30, and we're both ready to pass out, and tomorrow's a day at sea, and we're just really looking forward to just chilling. We have two official things on the menu.
Yeah.
Or on the agenda for tomorrow, a liquor and chocolate tasting, and then dinner.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. So there's a couple other things I'm kind of looking at doing. Candice is looking at trying to avoid having to do anything except for the two things already on the agenda. But we'll talk about all of that tomorrow before we kind of close the trip out.
Yep.
So I think that'll do it for tonight, and we'll see you on the flip.
Well, Scott, hello.
Hello.
Here we are.
Here we are. I'm not leaving.
Well, I don't think you have much of a choice.
I know. But what are they going to do?
Arrest you?
No.
Okay. Well, friends, here we are at the end of our cruise. We are back in our stateroom. We are packed. Our luggage has been swept away to
somewhere. Parts unknown.
To go through the inspection process. And we will pick it up when we arrive at the port in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah. How was your day?
I had a fantastic day.
We had an at-sea day today.
Which are always my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
And this day did not change my opinion on that.
No.
I chase this kind of a day on every cruise.
Yes.
And it was a day where we didn't overprogram it at all.
No, I didn't think so.
No, we had breakfast delivered to the room.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went on like a walking tour of the ship to learn about some of the Imagineering details and that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that was fun. Learned a lot. Probably share more of those tidbits in future episodes.
Mm-hmm.
I can come locked and loaded with the knowledge and make myself sound smart.
Okay. And then we hung out in the concierge lounge for a bit.
Mm-hmm. We chased air conditioning quite a bit today.
We did. It was hot today.
Yeah. And it's the Bahamas. It's hot. We've been in Florida and the Bahamas now for a week. So Like, chasing air conditioning wasn't such a bad deal. But when we started out in the lounge, we were in the outdoor area, just kind of looking over the pool.
Mm-hmm.
Then what did we do? We came down here to do something to the room, but then we went and found lunch.
Oh, we got a gift from our concierge staff.
Oh, that's right.
Would you pack that, right?
I did.
Okay, good.
I packed it in one of the hard-sided suitcases.
Okay.
Protected well.
So we will share more about that when we get home.
Yep.
And then, so we came down here, and then we decided that we were a bit maybe hungry or bored. Maybe both.
And it had been 36 minutes.
Right. Instead of the standard 32 that is required.
Right.
So we went up to the quick service areas up on deck. We were debating between doing that and sit-down lunch, and I think we made the right choice.
I think we did too, but I would avoid the pizza stand.
Yeah, unless you got somebody real picky that basically all they want is some bread sauce and a little bit of cheese with no other discernible flavor whatsoever.
Yeah, the pizza just was not great.
No. But again, there's something for everybody.
Yep, 100%.
I will, this is a hill I'm going to die on, but Disney cheeseburgers, be that in the parks or on the ship, is one of my favorite things.
Yes, even when you see them pull it out of a drawer.
Drawer burgers are the best.
Because they have a chance to become steamed hams.
Yes. Thank you, Seymour.
Oh, too funny.
So we ate, and then you went and did something, or I...
Oh, I just went and took a picture off the back of the ship.
Yes, and I went back up to the lounge.
To sit in the air conditioning.
Yes.
Yeah. And really, the reason I went to the back of the ship, the aft of the ship, to take a picture is I am chasing a high enough quality photo that we can blow up to put in our living room.
Yes.
Of a ship's wake. So I want it to be a unique to us picture, but all the ones I've taken in the past haven't been high enough resolution. So I'm hoping my phone camera did well enough with this one that I'll be able to blow it up big enough, because we need it to be like 20 by 30.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want it to be grainy. So
right.
We'll see.
Time will tell.
Yep.
And then after lunch, we
went up to the concierge lounge for a bit and just sat.
Mm-hmm.
And it had been 12 minutes, so I ate. I lived into the Jim Gaffigan bit.
Mm-hmm.
What do we do now? Well, I think we should probably go get something to eat.
Let's go find something to eat, and then we should probably find something to eat.
Right. Definitely did that this afternoon, because then once we did that, we then walked
I wanted popcorn.
Yeah, no, not yet.
Okay.
Because when we left the concierge lounge, we went down to the liquor and chocolate tasting.
Oh, that's right.
At 1 this afternoon. What did you think of that experience?
I thought that was fun. And I learned a lot, and I found a favorite pairing that they offered to us that was liquor but not chocolate.
Right.
And that was port wine and Parmigiano Reggiano cheese.
Yeah. And did you try that with a bite of the chocolate, bite of the cheese, then the port?
I did.
What did you think of that?
I still like just the chocolate and the cheese.
Or just the cheese and the
Or
port?
just the cheese and the port.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Candice might become a port fan, especially if she can just eat a whole block of cheese with it.
Which I don't ever remember seeing that's not in the rules.
No, nobody said it wasn't.
So, yes, that could become a problem.
Just see Candice walking around with like $100 block of Parmesan cheese and a $100 bottle of port, just alternating hands.
Yes.
We've created a monster, folks.
What did you think of the whole experience?
I thought it was cool. I'd never done anything quite like that. And some of the chocolates that we had were an interesting take.
And the person that led the workshop was the sommelier from Palo.
Yeah.
That helped us select the wine that we chose last night with our dinner.
Did we talk about that last night?
Yes,
we were recording?
Did.
Okay.
We did. But she had so many interesting things to say, not only about the liquors that we were tasting, but about the chocolates and the things that were paired and their origin stories and why it worked together. And what I'm finding as we're doing these workshop types of things is that there really is no right or wrong way to enjoy a drink.
Right.
Like, everybody's going to have their own preference of bourbon. Everybody is going to have their own preference of champagne. Everybody's going to have their own preference of liquor, just depending on some of your core memories and, your family and that kind of thing. And I find that really, really interesting. And I think that's something that we definitely need to keep in mind. Like, because what I like and appreciate, you could think is the most disgusting thing ever.
Yeah, and like what she mentioned today was like olfactory memory.
Mm-hmm.
Like what part of the world you grew up in, what your family ate or enjoyed, or what they kind of forced on you when you were an impressionable youth informs what you like and what pairs well with things, and the different things that you'll sense when you're tasting and smelling and that kind of thing. And it's just really cool. Again, search for what you like, leave what you don't.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And don't yuck anybody's yum.
Yep, 100%. And then after that, excuse me, folks, we went, that's when you decided you wanted some popcorn.
Yes.
And a nap.
Mm-hmm. But we did it a little bit roundabout way because we also went shopping.
Yes. We got you your second souvenirs of the trip. I forced you to buy things.
You did.
Which you don't mind at all, do you?
No.
No.
Never had a hybrid outfit before, but now I do.
That's true. She has shorts and a sweatshirt that match. So.
Ish. My shorts
is one Mickey, one's Minnie.
Yeah.
So they match.
Okay.
Those two things go together.
They do.
So, yeah. So she now has a hybrid outfit. Shorts and a sweatshirt. And perfect time of year to have a hybrid outfit.
Right. Like, I'll probably need it when I get home.
Maybe. And then, so we came back. Well, we got the popcorn. Again, we got to flash the concierge card just a little bit, which was kind of fun. There were these, so we thought we were going to get popcorn from Preludes, which is right outside the Walt Disney Theater, but by the time we got done shopping, they'd closed that. So we just walked up to Deck 5, where the movie theater is, and they were popping fresh popcorn, so we just sat and waited for it for a couple minutes. And there were a couple kids that were kind of running around wondering about popcorn and how much it cost, if it was free, if all of that, and how to pay for it. And so the guy was like, yeah, you just have to have your room number, and I'll charge it for you. And we were there first, so he called us over to get ours, and I just showed him our key and said, we're concierge. She's like, oh, okay, and just handed us the popcorn, after he just spent like 3 minutes explaining to these kids that they had to pay for it. I'm like, ha. Privilege comes with perks.
Yes, it does. Free popcorn.
Yes.
Suck it, kiddo.
That's the pet level of petty that we are. So then we came down here, we watched Muppet Treasure Island.
I took a nap.
You slept through Muppet Treasure Island, which is the second time in 2 days we've done that. I slept through much of Muppet Treasure Island both times as well. But then we got ourselves showered and ready to go to have cocktails before dinner. And we went down to Soul Cat again and listened to the best of both. And they were doing 2000s plus Disney music. Phenomenal. And just made me realize how good that music is. And I know some of it is the people performing it, yada, yada, yada. But just overall, 2000 plus music is as good as 1999 and previous music.
Yes.
Just loved it. I love chasing live music around the ships.
Yep.
I know sometimes you're not as into that as I am, but...
If it's decent music, yes. Yeah. But I'm not going to go sit in a piano bar for the sake of some recital incident happening. I'm just not.
I get it. And then we went to... We met our friends that we met at our original champagne tasting. We've talked about them a couple times. We went... They came to Soul Cat at the same time we were there, so we sat and visited with them before we had to split apart to go to dinner. And then I came back, and, well, dinner was... Talk about the dinner experience tonight, Candice.
So we were in Animator's Palette again, but tonight we actually got to see the Animator's Palette show. And on this particular ship, this is one of the... Well, it is the original ship, and the concept for Animator's Palette is that you walk in and the entire restaurant is black and white and there's sketches on this wall. And as your meal progresses, you actually get to see the animations come to life and turn into color and all these wonderful things. So there is a very strict time element to this presentation. And tonight was no exception. We had Like, with us just being a table of two and being pretty locked and loaded and not really hard to take care of, I think our way team appreciated us pretty hard because they had a table near us that was anything but easy to take care of. Very demanding, very, like, ordering things off menu. Just things that I would never dream of doing, but whatever. Yeah, so they took care of us, and we had quite a bit of time to, after our meal, to sit and just watch the artwork and that kind of thing. And then there was one of my favorite things.
Yes, 100%. What a great way to end.
Go ahead.
Okay, you're going to have trouble with it. So at the end, they do, I'm going to call it Phantasmic Light. Because, like...
That's accurate.
Yeah, because the pictures in the dining room are all color. They start coming to life, and they start telling a story. Like, it's a light story. It's not anything heavy, but it goes through typical Disney storytelling of birth, sometimes rebirth, trial, followed by dreams coming true.
Yes.
So, but at the end, like right at the part where it's the dreams come true, Sorcerer Mickey comes out and runs around the dining room and then ends up directing, like, the staff, the servers. It's late, folks. It's late. I just had an old-fashioned. So it directs the servers to come out and sort of wrap up the show, and he does some of the Mickey does some of the Phantasmic dance, and it's just a super cute way, and I'm so glad that we did that as our last, because it was like a personal send-off from Mickey.
Yeah.
And it was just so much fun. Like, I forgot how much I like this version of Animator's Palette.
It's by far the best.
Yeah.
The best.
Yeah.
And I'll fight anyone that says it's not.
Yeah, they're not trying too hard.
Right. The other ones, they're trying too hard.
Yeah, it feels like they may be trying a little too hard.
Yep.
So that's just a great dining experience. I loved it. That would also be good, like, first night dining.
Yeah.
To be welcomed by Mickey, but they don't do that on
right. Because we were there our first night.
Right. They do the same menu for everybody for the welcome. For the welcome meal on the first night. So, Again, I'm glad we got to do that last. And it's just the difference, the way they weave the stories together and the way they weave the movies together is just so much fun. And you see, like, seeing them that fast after one another, you get to see the difference in animation style from the beginning to current. And it's amazing how different it is, but how much more art-like the old stuff is. It just feels more artistic. Whereas the more recent stuff feels more like movies, the old stuff feels more like art.
Yes.
Which, I'm not knocking either one.
No, they're just different.
Right. And just seeing them side by side is just, it's a stark difference.
Mm-hmm. But knowing that they are going back to the hand-drawn animation, I'll be interested to see what comes out of it.
Yep, me too.
Like, if they're going to throw back to some of the old.
Yep.
Or if they're going to try and keep the new.
Yep. And then we got done with dinner, and unfortunately it was time to pack.
Ugh.
We had to have our suitcases outside the room. So Candice and I came back and changed clothes. She went down to the bar to meet our new friends.
Mm-hmm.
And I stayed in the room and dug through everything and packed all the things and set our suitcases outside the room before I went down and had an old-fashioned and said goodbye to our new friends and some of our servers that we've met along the way. And yeah, it was. I thought it was a fun way to just kind of end the evening. Like, nice little light wrap up, and yeah, it was good. Now we're laying in bed trying to figure out how we can stay on the ship without losing jobs, without going absolutely broke paying for all the things.
Yep. And we did have tip handout tonight, too.
Yes. Yeah, that's the other thing about a cruise. We've prepaid for all of our gratuities, but you're always welcome to give more or less depending on how the service is. And I've never been on a cruise, Disney or other, that I didn't feel like the crew didn't deserve more than what we did. So, like, we were talking, like, for our main server, it was like $52.50 for the week. It's only like $25 per person that we each gave them for the week for the prepaid gratuities. So, like, that seemed low. So, like, we gave a little bit extra. And the only person we didn't give a little bit extra to was the head server, who basically, I know they're doing more than what we see, but we only saw them when they were just checking, make sure everything was good, make sure we didn't need anything. So we didn't give them extra, but like we gave our favorite concierge host a little bit extra, as well as just the whole concierge team, just a little bit extra as well. So it was, yeah. And so just expect that. That's an expense, a part of the cruise that you need to plan for.
Mm-hmm.
That I think some people sometimes don't. They're like, oh, I prepaid my gratuities. I'm just going to put those in the envelopes and be done with it, which is fine. But pay for the service that you want.
Right.
Or that you get. Not
right.
that you want. Pay for the service that you get. And I would venture a guess that most of the time it's higher level than what you're tipping them with
right.
the prepaids.
Yep.
That's my soapbox moment for the night.
And a lovely one at that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anything else we want to talk about before we go into our last morning?
Nope. I think that's it. I think it's been a great trip.
Yeah. Our next After Dark moment will come probably laying in our own bed tomorrow night after we've had a long day of travel. So we'll talk to you then. Okay, Candice, last day.
Yeah.
Boo. Boo.
I'm tracking pretty good on my departure day thing, though.
What's your departure day thing?
I'm just ready to be home and done with this.
Yeah. Yeah. So, our very early start to the day, because we were concierge, we easily could have gotten off the ship sooner and gone like express leaving the ship, which would have been a nice perk, but our car was not getting there until like 9:30.
Correct.
So we got to sleep in, take our time getting off the ship, because I think the express left at like 6:45 or 7, something like that.
7:30, I think, was the latest.
Yeah.
Express.
Yeah.
option.
So we could have gotten off basically 2 hours before we did if we had wanted to, but instead we went and had one last meal with our server team.
Mm-hmm.
I had a delightful hash situation, which was really good, and glass of orange juice, and again iced tea, because our server team is amazing and had it there waiting for me. And yeah, so that was just kind of our way of leaving the ship. We had packed the night before. I can't remember if we recorded the last one after we had packed. Yeah, because we had come back after meeting our friends.
Yep.
So we packed the night before. We got up. We finished packing just the little last minute things that we needed for showers, that kind of thing in the morning. And then we wandered ourselves over to, again, Animator's Palette for breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
And just sat there and took our time with breakfast, because we knew we had time to get off the ship. I think 8 o'clock was our breakfast time. And so we had an hour and a half before our car got there even. So we spent 45 minutes eating breakfast, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
And then just wandered around the ship just to touch, just wasting a little bit of time. Found a bathroom before we left. And then took ourselves through the exit and had people in white shirts and captains, not the captain, but probably the hotel staff officers were saying goodbye to us and all that kind of stuff, which was really, really a nice way to kind of end it. And it's not nearly as fanfare-ish leaving as it is coming.
No, definitely not. But I will say that, and I don't know if maybe it's because we've been through it a good number of times now, but the lack of participation with customs or a customs agent on this trip was kind of concerning.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't look at...
They said, have your key to the world and your passport available. Candice showed her key to the world card. They saw I was connected to it, waved us both off the ship. We dodged all the porters that were willing to help us carry our luggage that we didn't need, and grabbed our luggage and went through customs, where, did we show them our passport?
I think so, but it was just a very quick glance. But there was none of the questions about, do you have anything you need to declare? Are you bringing anything back? Nothing that we've experienced ever, but like,
right.
There was no, I don't know, we could have brought back a dinosaur.
Right.
And brought is not a word, but it is now.
It is now. And yeah, I was very surprised at how little they cared.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not going to go political, but especially in our current political environment, I was shocked at how little they cared.
I have theories about that, but again, we're not going to take this political, so I'm not going to say anything.
I told you what my theories were in the moment.
Yes.
And you can imagine what our theories are.
Yep.
So, or if you want to know what they are, just DM us and I might share. Candice is giving me the look.
You don't know. Just let it go.
So yeah, then we waited for our car, took the traffic-filled private car back to the airport.
That was crazy. We were stuck in traffic, and when we got out of the traffic, it was all of, 5 minutes to the airport?
Yeah, something like that.
It was crazy stupid.
Yeah, there was an accident that slowed traffic way down for, probably half an hour. Took us half an hour longer than we should have, but that's why you get an air departure time later in the day. Just give yourself plenty of room for things to happen. Those interstates down in Florida get backed up pretty easily. So, yeah, we made it to the airport. Again, made it through security there in basically no time.
TSA pre-check for the win.
Yeah. But what was weird is the wait time at TSA pre-check was marked higher than the wait time for regular TSA.
Right, and I think that's because of the time that we left. I think it's because it was middle of the afternoon on a Wednesday.
Right.
Do not try this at home or on a weekend or...
6 o'clock in the morning. It probably
during a holiday time. Don't expect that same...
Right.
MCO is completely unpredictable.
Right.
When it comes to that kind of stuff. Because when we were there in December, of course, it was insane. But when we were there last February, it was also 2 or 3 hours.
Right.
For security. And granted, we were leaving on a weekend. But still, just prepare and leave yourself lots of time.
Yeah. Yep, for sure. And then... we had a snack there in the airport, got on another 2 very uneventful flights.
Yeah.
So United was kind of on point this trip.
Yep.
We didn't have any trouble at all. We had lunch at O'Hare. Or was it? No, it was early dinner. Late lunch, early dinner at O'Hare. And in the little Italian joint in Terminal B. Clear down at the gates by...
By B24.
Oh, was it B24? Okay, so down at the higher number gates. And, yeah, and it was pretty tasty. So,
it was mid.
Right, it was typical airport food.
It was no Palo, that's for darn sure.
And then flight home was, again, uneventful. And went down... Again, my status on airline made it to where we had the little priority tags. Our suitcases were the first 3 to come out the rotation thing in Lincoln. So I grabbed those. We made it out to the car, and we got home and passed out.
And I was actually very surprised. I was pleasantly surprised because I thought when we got on our plane to come home that we were going to be in for it. Because the family in the row right ahead of us had 3 very small children with them that had been screaming for a large part of the time that we were waiting for our gate to get on the second plane home. And I think they exhausted themselves. So I'm grateful for that. And I'm glad that it didn't go any other way because I was not prepared to deal with that.
Yeah. Yeah, and the flight crew did a good job with them. They sat in wrong seats. But the people that were supposed to be in those seats were agreeable and said, I don't care where we sit.
As long as we get to the end point, we're fine.
Right. Which, good on them for that. They could have thrown a fit. No, I picked that seat on purpose. Yada, yada, yada. Mm-hmm. But they were super cool and just sat where they needed to make it easier for the flight crew.
Right.
That's my other life advice coming out of Disney. Anything is, as a human, do what you can to make somebody's life easier.
Right.
If you can help someone resolve a situation, if you can make their life easier, do it. Even if it's just a slight inconvenience to you, make their life better.
Or not at all. I mean, if the only thing that you can do in a situation is find a cast member and let them know, do it.
Yeah.
I mean...
Yeah, make somebody's life easier.
Yes.
Have that be your motto as you leave the door every morning.
Yep.
My goal today is to make somebody's life easier.
Even if it's your own.
Even if it's your own.
But not at the expense of somebody else.
Exactly. Exactly. Okay, so that is our trip. It was so magical.
It was a good trip. It was a good trip.
Yeah, this was a fun vacation.
And
I love the magic.
most of the souvenirs.
I did. I forced you to buy a couple things at the end. And then, but yeah, I got 3 pins. I got a concierge hat. I got a Mickey hockey jersey. Is that it? Yeah, I think that's it, right?
And the GO82 glasses.
Oh, and the GO82 glasses. Those are ours.
Sure.
So what did you get, souvenir-wise?
So I got a concierge hat, because of course I did. And then I got my first ever hybrid outfit.
Yes.
Which is branded with Captain Mickey and Captain Minnie on a pair of lounge shorts and a sweatshirt.
Yeah. Coming into fall, you're going to love that.
Yep.
Going to love it. You're never going to get out of it.
Okay.
I can see you first kind of fallish Thursday when you're working from home. You're going to put that on and not take it off till you go to work on Monday.
I'm really not that gross, folks. I really am not. I do bathe.
Occasionally.
Stop it. I'm going to go to Disney without you next time. Just for that. Rude.
Just for that rude comment.
Rude.
Yes, rudeness. Okay. I think that's it. Everybody, remember, we love having you listen. Come out to our socials. Chat with us there. Oh, Candice has another thing to add before we wrap up.
So, for those of you that maybe have not been on a cruise at all, or a Disney cruise specifically, they always offer you what's called a placeholder.
Yes.
And it's typically a discount on a future sailing if you book while you're on board. Guess who booked a placeholder?
We definitely did. Did we not talk about that?
We may have.
Okay.
But my point to bringing that up again is we have until September of 2027 to sail.
Yes.
We think we have a pretty good idea of the sailing that we want to take. But if there is a particular location or destination that you would like to see us go to, let us know in socials.
Yeah.
We're thinking maybe a transatlantic cruise because we've not done that on any line before, and we think that would be, Disney would definitely be the one to do that with. Yeah. But if there's someplace else, like if you want us to go back to Alaska, if you want us to do Western United States.
Like a Mexico.
Yeah. Cruise, hit us up on socials and let us know.
Yeah.
We might change our mind.
Yeah, you might change our mind. We'd love for you to do that. Okay. I think that's it. Candice, remember, there is always a great, big, beautiful tomorrow.
And we will see you real soon, land and sea.